So this video was going to be about a review for a vegan afternoon tea for Veganary. I never know if I say that right. And also it was going to be my first afternoon tea that I bought on Groupon, because as I said in a previous video, one thing I want to do this year is to buy more afternoon teas on the discount websites like Groupon and Voucher. But it's going to be slightly different. I went on the Groupon website and I already knew which afternoon tea I wanted to buy, because this particular company, I'll say the name, Piglet Pantry, this afternoon tea had been on the website for quite a few months and luckily it was still on there. So what it was a vegan winter afternoon tea. There's a vegan option and a normal option. I selected the vegan option. I paid for it on Groupon. They send me a voucher code, which is what you enter on the Piglet Pantry website so that you get the appropriate discount. That went all fine, so the process was fine. So I have nothing bad to say about Groupon. Everything was fine. My afternoon tea, you select the day that you want it delivered. My afternoon tea was delivered the day before I actually wanted to review it. I'm opening up the afternoon tea and I'm thinking, why do I smell meat? Why do I smell meat? And then I looked at the menu and it had, the savouries were all meat. And I'm like, oh my God, they sent me the wrong tea. And I thought, let me just make sure. One of the items in there was Scotch eggs. Now, the vegan version was going to be that instead of the egg in the middle, you'd have like a beetroot. I wasn't sure how it was going to work, but that's what the description was. So I thought, if I cut open this Scotch egg and there's egg in it, they sent me the wrong tea. So I cut it open and there was an egg in it. And I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it. I thought, let me just double check to make sure I ordered the right tea. Went to the Groupon website, says vegan. Confirmation they sent me, it says vegan. And I was like, they sent me the wrong tea. I cannot believe it. I understand mistakes happen, but when you're catering for a diet like a vegan diet, you got to be so careful. So I went to the website, I thought, right, I've got to email them. So there isn't an email address, but it's like there was submission form. So I filled that in and I said, look, this is what's happened. You sent me the wrong tea. I want a refund. What I will say is there were aspects of the tea that I could eat, so I did. So the scones and the cakes and the little tartlet things, I could eat them because I'm not actually vegan. I'm pescatarian. I don't eat meat. But my whole point was that I wanted to review a completely vegan afternoon tea for Veganary. So that didn't happen. I will let you know. I don't know by the time this video goes out if I'm going to get an update, but if I do, I'll either put it in the description or on the community tab. But this video is going to be my review of the things that I could eat. So let's get on with it. First up are the brie, red currant and mushroom tarts. These are really good. I love the combination of the flavours, the salt with the savoury. So I really enjoyed these. Then I had the scones. There were 2 scones, both plain. They were really good, not dry. They were the perfect texture. And obviously it comes with the jam and cream. They were really good as well. Next are the cakes. So you get these mini cakes. So the first one was mint and chocolate. The chocolate taste was there, but it was a little bit on the dry side. Then there was the cranberry with brandy buttercream. Again, the cake was good. Again, a little bit on the dry side. The final one was carrot cake, which was the best one by miles. They all come with buttercream, but as you know, I had to scrape this off because I'm not the biggest fan of buttercream. Before I tell you my overall view, I just want to say that the sausage rolls didn't go to waste. My sister had them and she said they were really good. They were really nice. That there was a lot of more sausage to pastry ratio, which she liked, and she enjoyed them. The Scotch eggs had to be thrown because she doesn't like Scotch. She doesn't like eggs, so that was a waste. So my conclusions. I mean, not the best experience because I got sent the wrong tea. I mean, and again, this is not Groupon's fault because everything they did was fine. And it's not going to obviously stop me from buying from Groupon, but would it stop me from buying from Picnic Pantry? I said this to my sister and she's like, oh, well, you know, these mistakes happen. And I'm like, yeah, they do happen. But when you're catering to specialist diets, you have to be very, very careful about what you do and when you send stuff out, because I'm not one of those, you know, you get some vegans who are very kind of like, very strong vegans. They could have got, if I was one of them, you know, I could be going mad now. But I'm not like that. I'm not a vegan anyway. The Picnic Pantry, it's a shame. You know, the cakes were good. Too much buttercream for me, as ever. Too much buttercream, but that's just me because I don't like a lot of buttercream. And the tarts, as I said, were really good. So that's it. My first Groupon afternoon tea, and it ended like this. But anyway, let me know in the comments, what would you have done if you'd ordered a certain tea, like I did, and you ended up with that? What would your reaction be? How would you have handled it? Until next time, cake lovers.